Hi, I'm Christian Stevenson, and you're watching Access TV.
Welcome to Access TV, the show that rides PlayStation like a fiery horse. Coming up this week, we go flying with an amazing Access wing walk, we have all the news in our PlayStation briefing, and we head to a crunching Dirt Showdown event where we meet Voice of Awesome, Christian Stevenson. And before all that, oh, go on then, Christian.
All right, bringing the maximum amount of pain to Game of the Week, it's Max Payne 3. This dude he's a maximalist. Is that a word?
Back in the day, Max Payne was a brooding noir shooter about a broken cop with a permanent grimace gunning down endless hoods in slow motion while wearing an awesome leather jacket and saying things like,
"With no way to deal with the past, I kept my eyes on the road, off the rearview mirror and the roadkill behind me."
He was basically an avenging angel from the planet Amazing, armed with the best script since Rambo Bloody 3 and as many bullets as your PS2 was capable of rendering without entering hyperspace. And brilliantly, with Max Payne 3 very little has changed, except Max has gotten older and drunker and the PS3 is powerful enough to conceptualise a sort of bullet event horizon, which looks like this. That's not really an event horizon at all, just one of Max Payne 3's bullet cams, which show in fibrous detail the final kill of every encounter and which you can slow down while still firing to watch the knees, heads and faces of your optimistic enemies shatter into plumes of red and screaming. The other thing that's different about Max this time is that most of the people he kills while dancing on the theory of relativity speak Portuguese and wear knockoff soccer jerseys, as the game's diced narrative gradually unveils and off-the-force Max is now working private security in Sao Paulo for one of Brazil's richest families. This gives developer Rockstar a chance to do a typically amazing job of nailing the feel of the place, with bleached sunshine, tumbling favelas and over-the-top characters.
You like that, Max?
That's pretty funny.
It also gives Max the chance to flex those sideways jumping muscles somewhere other than apocalyptically dark New York streets. Although there is a bit of that too, as the reason for his flight to South America becomes clear.
You gotta get out of here now.
Okay, run. Not that things go much better south of the border. As ever, Max finds himself in the middle of the plot he only just begins to understand as his friends turn out to be enemies, or on fire. The curious effect is that you're always conscious of how much more fun you're having than poor Max himself. He's all like,
"Thought I left all this behind."
and you're always like, "Holy foul automatic, did you see that?" And given just how much fun we're having, that's fine with us. Max Payne 3 is out on Friday, and it's not just amazing, it's amazing. Time to tap that news now. It's your PlayStation briefing.
It's time to get your Briefatron on, man. Where you from? I'm from planet Briefatron, dude. And that's next to like the moon of Ratatron. Next to planet Sick.
And I have the cure. News facts. The football season's finished and worse, money mercenaries Man City won the league. Well, you can wipe your tears dry on this. It's our first look at FIFA 13. EA's chart-topping footy franchise has held the virtual top spot for years now, so we asked producer David Rutter, effectively FIFA's manager, which Premier League coach he'd liken himself to and why.
I think we have our own style, to be quite honest, which is we are honest, we're open, we look at our frailties, our weaknesses, we do everything we can to get rid of them, and at the same time are trying to create the most innovative video game there is.
Good answer, although for failing to name names, we W Alex McLeish. Away from football, and the latest PlayStation Vita title to hit the Access office is Alien Thumper Resistance Burning Skies. Our preview version of the game ended all too soon, but not before we got a taste of the awesome touchscreen controls for chucking grenades, and before we got real comfortable using the special weapon of new fireman hero Tom Riley, a blooming great big axe. Never really understood how axes put out fires. Pretty good at putting out Chimera though. And finally, bringing a mixture of steampunk and sorcery to PS3 later this year is Dishonored, a fresh take on stealthy assassins that sees you offing folk in a variety of wondrous ways. We asked Arcane Studios' Harvey Smith and Raphael Colantonio what was the most imaginative murder they'd seen. in the game, obviously.
I think our lead programmer showed us something where he stopped time, he went over to a rat, he attached the spring razor to the rat's back, he possessed the rat, and then he walked the rat over to a crowd of guards, and when time resumed, the spring razor went off and it killed all the guards and it killed him.
All right, it's time for downloads you can't ignore. Here's our roundup from On the Store.
All right.
Get that? Sick!
That was actually pretty good. And more than pretty good is our first big title of the week, Pixel Junk 4am. The latest in the awesome Pixel Junk series is a genre-defined music mixer, which uses the PlayStation Move motion controller to have players live perform tracks, pulling in drums, bass, rhythm and synth from the corners of the screen and chopping them up with various loops, sounds and effects. You can even perform with a friend and view other performers online. Explore the possibilities of accidentally looking like a living room Jean-Michel Jarre by downloading it right now. Also hitting the store today in full and characteristically modest form is Saints Row the Third, which we like to imagine is a government simulator for what the world would be like if everyone was somehow half as clever and twice as violent as in real life. We asked the game's mascot, Professor Genki, what he thought of our theory, and quickly wished we hadn't bothered. Finally, zipping back onto PS3 in a blur of red and blue is Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, which delivers a nostalgic blast of going right as fast as possible while collecting rings and bouncing off stuff. And, oh good, Tails is back, because we couldn't survive without a fox who can wag his tail quite fast. The best argument for legalising the hunt aside, this is ace and available now. That's it from the store for now. We'll be back with more downloadables next week.
Access is hard to put it into a rap, dude. Come on, change your name, dudes.
Say hello to Membry Airfield and to Martin. When we recently held a Twisted Metal themed competition on our Facebook page to win a Calypso-style wish, Martin wished for a wing walk, that is, to go flying on the outside of a plane. Probably sounded pretty awesome from the safety of his laptop, but then he won. So Martin, how are you feeling?
Now I'm actually feeling very nervous. This morning I was actually fine, thinking I'd be able to do it without even thinking about it, but now I think my legs are shaking, my arms are shaking, but I think once I'm strapped up there I won't be able to shake a single inch, so looking forward to giving it a go.
Enough talk. Having been strapped firmly in, it was time for takeoff. Are we sure his face is supposed to do that?
It was absolutely amazing. To be honest, it's better than any sort of theme park ride you could ever wish to go on in your life. I mean, when you're up there, you just feel like you can fly. It's a great thrill, great excitement, and to be honest, best experience of my life. Thank you very much.
Amazing! His cheeks even went back to normal. To get involved with competitions just as awesome as this one, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/PlayStation Access. Gear up, petrol heads, because this week on Access All Areas we've got
Me, Christian Stevenson, the voice of Dirt Showdown. And we're here at Wimbledon Stadium, man. Normally it's Greyhounds, now we got fossil fuel burning Ostentacular-ness. Ness.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Stevenson. As you modestly pointed out, we're at Wimbledon Stadium for a spot of Dirt Showdown branded banger racing. After the pros took to the track, where they proceeded to make us squeal like 8-year-old girls, it was the turn of Access hero Dave Jackson to get behind the wheel. As you can see, Dave's looking exceptionally brave as he dons his racing overalls, bravery that quickly fizzes out as he discovers he's going to be driving. Oh God, the love bus. You what? It failed its safety test how many years ago? Safety's for babies though, put your foot down. Go on, brave Dave, have him! Ah! You filthy, cheating... Thankfully, Dave finished the race in enough pieces to catch up with Codemasters Mike Chapman and Ian Smith, who we then proceeded to throw brilliant DLC ideas at. Dirt Showhound. Greyhound Racing DLC?
Definitely onto a winner. I think yes. Let's do it.
Whip it. Yeah.
Whip it.
Yeah.
Fast. Whip it.
Dirt Slowdown. An expansion pack with raceable milk floats.
That could actually be quite comedic, but I don't think the gameplay would be too good.
If the milk float has nitro, yes.
Yurt Hoedown. A rhythm-based dance game set in an Asian-style tent.
I think the hold-down thing could be quite good. Destructive dancing of any kind is probably something I'd be quite
Maybe
into.
something to fill out the loading screens. Before kind of like prelude to the main event. That sounds okay.
Yeah. That gets thumbs up. Hold-down is cool.
You heard it here first. A massive thanks to Codemasters for an awesome day out, and of course to the mega skilled racers for letting us borrow their bangers. And go on then, thanks to Christian Stevenson too.
Your what hurts? Hey, thanks for watching Access this week, man. You guys are awesome. Make sure you go fast, take chances. Remember, you can't get hurt in the air, and speed is your friend.
Speed is your friend?
No, I got this, man.
Back
No,
off.
seriously.
And is velocity your
No,
auntie?
let me just send this out.
Enough of Wayne's World.
You do sound pretty hot.
I am hot.
Okay.
Okay.
I got this. Seriously, man, I've been watching all the Steven Seagal movie voiceover trailers, man. A nuclear sub with nuclear capabilities. A chef with a vendetta. Thanks for watching Access this week. See? You can't do that, can you? Yeah, you might have boobs.
Whoa, that's Jenga. Show Mr. Stevenson the door, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks for watching Access. You guys rule. Shred the rad, sick the ill.
That doesn't even mean anything.